this is our month to celebrate. It is National Women's History Month. And I have a challenge for you. And by the way, this is not about business at all today. This is about appreciating and celebrating women who've come before us and done some amazing things. We celebrated International Women's Day last week, and I started to look through famous women from my state of Kentucky. And I challenge you to do the same thing. Like, we had the first female governor, Martha Lane Collins, is from my county, an amazing woman. Diane Sawyer, Jennifer Lawrence, Carrie Neiman, who I didn't even know this. Carrie Neiman was born and raised here, ended up marrying and moving to Dallas, and she and her husband opened Neiman Marcus. The lady was from Kentucky. Have you ever looked to see what famous women in history did in your state? You should do that. All the women I've just mentioned are certainly very famous, but what really struck me, along with our Olympians, our sports figures, our many country music stars, were people that really touched me. One gal, and I can't remember her name now, was called a dressmaker at the time. She would have been considered a fashion designer today. She was down in Owensboro or Paducah, Kentucky, some small town. One of the wealthiest women in the state at that time in the 1800s, making $50,000 a year, selling her dresses around the world. Now, at that time, that was a major feat, especially for a woman. Mary Breckenridge, for those of you watching from Kentucky, she started the Frontier Nursing Service. I read a book on her not long ago, and she was raised in a very wealthy family, didn't like the society stuff, married, had 2 kids. Her husband died, then both of her children died, and she decided that medicine was not where it needed to be in her state. She didn't live in Kentucky at the time. She'd moved away. She came back and started the Frontier Nursing Service, where literally they traveled on horseback to make sure that people had immunizations, that mothers had healthy babies. I mean, it was hard work. What an amazing woman. And then, of course, the one that touches me the most was Sophia Alcorn. She developed the teaching method for the deaf and the blind. And you've seen this in the movie Helen Keller, where they spell in her hand, or she listens to the vibrations. She developed that, and it is still used today. I mean, what an amazing woman, what an amazing development. I can't wait to dig deeper because there's so many in my state. Think how many there are in your state. And hey, Carrie, hey, Tanya, you guys, just Google that. Look and see famous women in your state and just take a moment to be really proud of what women have done over the years. And since this is the month to celebrate women's history, let's do just that. In fact, if you do any podcast or Facebook Live posts, maybe you want to do something around that, the famous women in your state. That's all I've got for today, ladies. Make it a great day. And I'd like to know, please post the name and what she's done of a famous woman from your state. Make it a great day.